Let us begin. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Camila, and here we hang out, we talk about life. This is my second video and I'm so happy to see you guys again. So today I wanted to talk about confidence because I feel like a lot of us really struggle with feeling confident and empowered. So I wanted to give you guys 6 tips on how to be more confident. Tip number 1, fake it till you make it. You have no idea how many times I've literally hated everything about me, the way that I talk, the way that I walk. There's been so many times when I struggle so much with having confidence. And what I like to do is find someone that I look up to, someone that I can embody and kind of adapt their persona to myself during those really like, I feel crappy type of days. So I like to embody the persona of Marilyn Monroe. I absolutely adore her and I feel so drawn to her because of how she was as a person. I'm not going to get too into her story, but essentially she was a really shy girl and she created this Marilyn Monroe persona so that she could feel more sexy and outgoing and brave, and that's who she became. She practiced all of the time in front of the mirror. She would practice that like sexy breathing voice that characterizes Marilyn Monroe, and it was really a lot of training that she did in order to get to where she was, which is absolutely every single person in the world wanted to be with her. So during the times when I feel like I don't like my hair, I don't like my makeup, I don't know what's going on, I feel like just
a walking blob,
I tell myself, what would Marilyn Monroe do? And what she would do is bring out this beautiful persona of like, everybody wants to get to know me, everybody wants to talk to me, everybody absolutely adores me. Adopt the persona. I feel like a lot of people nowadays look up to people like Rihanna or Beyonce, so adopt their persona. And when you're in a really like uncomfortable situation, like for example for myself, finding confidence when I'm walking through a crowd of people, I feel so shy, like my inner shy comes out and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna trip and fall, I'm gonna trip and fall, I'm gonna trip and fall. So every time that happens, I'm like, what would Marilyn Monroe do? She would just walk right through everybody like she was the queen and everybody had to bow down to her. So try and do that. Tip number 2, bring out your inner child. Have fun. Sometimes we take ourselves too seriously and we're always like, I hate myself. And yeah, it's totally fine to sometimes feel like you hate yourself. Don't actually hate yourself though. Don't do that. But it's really hard to find inner confidence when we're sitting in our loose pajamas that have hummus stains on them from last night's midnight binge. Our hair is messy and dirty and we have raccoon eyes from our lack of sleep. So in those moments, the best thing we can do is dress the F up. Find something that makes you feel cute. It doesn't have to be like some fancy dress. It doesn't have to be like you're full out dressing. It doesn't have to be like you're full out dressing to go to the club or Cinderella's midnight ball dance. Is that even how Cinderella went? Anyways, it doesn't have to be super perfect. It can just be some cute top that you have that you feel super cute in. Put that ish on. Put it on. Dress up. Do your hair. Do your makeup. Do your nails. Maybe even like take a nice shower and groom yourself. Anything that you can do to kind of spice yourself up and just have some fun. It'll definitely make you feel more confident to see yourself in that way rather than again in your pajamas with your raccoon eyes. Tip number 3, talk to yourself. So while you're dressed up, dolled up, you got your whole outfit going on and you're standing in your bedroom by yourself, talk to yourself. Tell yourself, wow, I'm freaking good looking. Like, who wouldn't want to be with me? Who wouldn't want to take me out on a date? Who wouldn't want to spend at least 5 minutes with me because I'm just so freaking gorge? That all goes into your subconscious, and you're gonna start believing the things that you're telling yourself. So do it. Talk to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Always be kind to yourself. I feel like I'm gonna start saying that every time that I make a video. Be kind to yourself. If you're in a situation where you're in public and you're being challenged to bring out that inner confidence, also talk to yourself. In your little noggin, tell yourself, I'm gonna be fine. I'm the ish. Everybody loves me. Everybody wants to be with me. And I try to do this a lot, again, with my example, when I'm walking through a crowd of people, and I tell myself, I'm not gonna fall. I am freaking great at walking. I'm great at walking. I'm not gonna fall. Why would I fall? And even if you do fall, who cares? You always gotta remember that people are gonna judge you regardless of what you do, what you say, what you wear, and how you are. So who cares? Even if you're the most perfect person in the world, which that does not exist, they're still probably going to be judged. I mean, look at all these beautiful women out there, like Blake Lively and, I don't know, Beyonce, Rihanna. They still have haters. People still judge them, and they're absolutely stunning and seemingly perfect. So don't be so hard on yourself. People are going to judge you regardless of what you do. So just do what makes you happy. Be who you're happy being. Just do you. Always do you. Tip number 4, don't take life too seriously. Don't take life too seriously, because guess what? It's not. Life isn't that serious. That your eyeliner doesn't look great today, that your hair isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, that you have a little stain on your shirt that you didn't notice before you left the house. None of those things matter at the end of the day. What matters is who you are as a person and what you have to offer to this world. If you're a good person, if you do good things for other people and for yourself, who cares if your lip gloss isn't popping today? No one cares. You shouldn't care either. There are other things to be more worried about, which is your inner personality. Who are you as a person? Don't take your looks too seriously, because your looks are only a small fraction of who you are as a person. Yes, your looks can attract people's eyes, but what keeps them looking is who you are and how you treat others, how you treat yourself. So focus on those kinds of things rather than just your looks, because your confidence does not come from how you look. It comes from who you are. There are always going to be things that you're going to be insecure about. For example, for myself, I was always insecure about my massive forehead. I really was, and I grew up and I was always trying to find a way to hide it, but I realized that my forehead wasn't going anywhere. It was going to be there forever, for my whole life, because it's my noggin and I need it. And what that taught me is that I should embrace it. I'm not going to take life seriously. I'm not going to hate on myself because I don't like the size of my forehead, and I still don't. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you you have to love absolutely everything about yourself, because that's impossible. There's going to be things about yourself that you're absolutely going to hate, i.e. my forehead. I still hate it. I still don't like it. But guess what? I own it. I run with it. I live through with it. It's part of me. It's part of who I am. So being confident does not mean that you have to change who you are. It means that you embrace who you are and you go with it, because it's what you have. You need to learn how to have fun with who you are and how you are. So learn to poke fun at it. With my forehead, I know I keep using this as an example. It's just the one thing that really bothers me still. With my forehead, I take selfies and sometimes I look like an egg. So I tell myself, here's my selfie, I'm an egg. And I just go with it. And that's how I live through my life with my massive forehead. Also understand that every single person in the world has an insecurity or multiple insecurities. So you're not alone in this. You don't have to feel like you're the only one that sees something negative about yourself. Everybody has something that they don't feel comfortable with, or something that they wish they could change about themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of being human. Just embrace it. My next tip is don't put others down. Don't put other people down because you're insecure. We are not going to do this. This is not what we're going to do. No, 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 no. We're not going to take other people and we're not going to say,
I'm better than you. You're nothing. You will never be like me.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to be a mean girl. Nobody likes a Regina George. Regina George sucks, okay? Let's all say it out loud. Regina George sucks. Okay? We are not going to do that. We don't put other people down to put ourselves up. That is not confidence. That is being egotistical and arrogant, and it's not attractive at all. Nobody likes someone that's arrogant. Confidence is when you embrace who you are and you tell yourself that you're the only person in the world like you. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're unique. That's confidence. And embracing that is being confident. Telling other people that they suck and that they will never ever be like you, and in this little like tone, that's not confidence, that's arrogance, and we don't like that. That's not nice. That's not going to get you anywhere. Nobody's going to want to be near you if you're like that. If anything, that kind of attitude shows really low self-esteem. So don't be that person. Being confident is appreciating. It's being able to look at another person and say, that person is freaking gorgeous and they have a smaller forehead than me and they are great in their own way, but I am also great in my own way. That person is smarter than me and they get better grades than me, but hey, I'm also pretty good. I'm also pretty good, and I can't speak English. I'm also pretty good. It's being able to look at others and appreciate others' beauty without hurting yourself or dimming your own light. Being confident is being able to go anywhere, be surrounded by whatever kind of people, and being able to understand that your light will never be dimmed by other people's lights, because their lights are shining the same, but they're yellow and yours is pink because you're unique in your own way, but you're shining equally as bright. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. Just don't put other people down, okay? Okay. And my last tip is don't compare yourself to other people. Now, what I mean by this is don't go around looking at other people and saying,
I wish I had that. If only I was shorter. If only my hair was like that. If only...
No. If only no. You are beautiful in your own way, with your own little imperfections. Again, as I've said so many times through this whole video, you're perfect in your own way. You don't have to look a certain way. There's no perfect. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect. Just keep telling yourself that. Nobody's perfect. Isn't that a Hannah Montana song? Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it. Okay, yes. Nobody's perfect. And I think that the best example for this would be for me to bring up Instagram models. Oh, how I love Instagram models. Because Instagram models are really great at using Facetune. Just kidding. Don't come at me. But yes, Instagram models are not real people, and by that I mean you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. If you look at an Instagram model, you don't know that they didn't rent that expensive car. You don't know that they're not actually borrowing someone's yacht and claiming it their own. Wow, what's going on here? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and so you can't compare yourself to someone when you don't know anything about their life. You don't know what's going on with them. You don't know that this perfect relationship that they have is actually horrible and it's toxic. And I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying at all that it is, and I hope that it isn't. But I'm just saying, you can't compare your life to someone else's when you don't know what the heck is going on with them. It is really easy to fake a whole life through social media, and I feel like a lot of people do that, and a lot of people need to realize that that's what's happening when you look at this perfect model. You need to remember that Instagram models are that. They are models. They get paid for looking a certain way, for having this type of aesthetic, right? Like back in the day, the aesthetic was the skin and bones. That was the aesthetic, and that was never right. Now the aesthetic is this Fashion Nova slim thick, and that's fine. That's the aesthetic that is happening right now. But they're getting paid for that. They're getting paid to look like that. Doesn't mean that it's normal to look like that. I feel like it's very hard to naturally be slim, thick. Like, I don't know science, but I'm just saying, don't go off on that. Thank you guys for joining me today. I think that's it. That's all my tips as of right now. Be confident, embrace who you are, embrace what you have, love yourself, because no one can love you as much as you can love yourself.
If that made any sense.
Don't dim other people's lights to brighten yours up, because that's never going to take you anywhere. It's not going to make you feel good about yourself. It's just going to make you look absolutely egotistical.
English.
If you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that little bell icon thing. I think that does something. So hit that. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me again. Mwah.